Hi, my name is Ken Fickler. I'm the founder and CEO of Gaze, and today I want to talk about the rising costs of workplace accidents, and specifically how impairment detection can save lives as well as budgets. And workplace safety isn't just a moral responsibility that companies have, it's a financial imperative. Accidents in the workplace impose staggering costs, from direct medical bills to indirect costs in productivity and lowered morale. As businesses face mounting pressure to mitigate those risks, the role of impairment detection technology has become increasingly critical. So let's start by talking about the economic toll of workplace accidents. And the numbers paint a very stark picture. In 2022, workplace injuries and illnesses in the United States cost a staggering $167 billion, according to the National Safety Council. Now, this figure encompasses $50 billion in lost wages and productivity, $38 billion in medical expenses, and $54 billion in administrative costs. The average cost of a medically consulted injury in the workplace is $44,000, while a single workplace fatality imposed an average economic burden of $1.4 million to the company. These figures represent not only a massive financial loss, but also the human toll of workplace accidents. In high-risk industries such as construction, transportation, and warehousing, the stakes are even higher. In 2022, construction alone reported over 1,000 fatalities, with a fatality rate of 9.2 per 100,000 workers. Similarly, transportation and warehousing faced a fatality rate of 12.9 per 100,000 workers, which really underscores the need for improved safety measures. Now, while financial losses are substantial, they're only part of the equation. Workplace accidents also lead to things like decreased morale, where teams are seriously affected by injuries and fatalities and often experience fear, stress, and radically reduced productivity. Next is operational disruptions, in which injuries can result in downtime, delayed projects, and strained resources. And last is reputational damage, where businesses that fail to ensure safety in the workplace lose trust amongst their employees, their partners, their customers, and the public. The ripple effects of these hidden costs can extend far beyond the initial incident, which reinforces the necessity of a proactive safety strategy. Impairment, whether due to substance use, fatigue, medical conditions, or anything else, is a leading factor in workplace accidents. Studies have shown that employees under the influence of drugs or alcohol are significantly more likely to be involved in accidents. As an example, workers who tested positive for marijuana were 55% more likely to cause accidents, according to the National Institute on Drug Abuse. And in another startling statistic, substance use contributes to 65% of on-the-job fatalities, according to Injury Facts. In addition, fatigue-induced impairment has been equated to having a blood alcohol content of 0.05% to 0.1% BAC, which is beyond the legal limit for alcohol intoxication in most states. Addressing these risks require innovative strategies that go beyond traditional chemical drug testing methods. For decades, workplace safety programs have relied exclusively on chemical drug testing methods like urinalysis or oral fluid testing. However, these approaches are inherently limited. They offer lagging indicators, meaning that conventional tests are able to detect the presence of substances that were previously used but cannot assess current impairment. And this is true for all chemical tests, with the exception of alcohol breathalyzer tests. And that includes so-called recent use tests like oral fluid. Under no circumstance is an oral fluid test a test for impairment. Next is privacy concerns. Employees may perceive chemical drug testing as very invasive, particularly for substances like cannabis that remain detectable for long after the last use. And the prevailing opinion amongst employees is that their employer has no right to investigate the contents of their body. And last is legal challenges. And as cannabis legalization spreads, companies face a growing pressure to balance safety with employees' rights. Telling an employee in a state where cannabis is legal that they can't use that substance is like telling an employee that they can't have a beer after work. That doesn't go over very well. Impairment detection technology offers a powerful alternative. By measuring real-time physiological and behavioral indicators, tools like Gaze can enable employers to assess whether employees are fit for duty at the current moment when it really matters. Since impairment detection technology is not looking for the presence of a drug in the body or drug metabolites in the body, there's no need for a sample of body fluid, which is a significant privacy concern for many people. Impairment detection solutions address the root cause of many workplace accidents. Here's a few ways that they deliver measurable value. The first is accident prevention. Detecting impairment before it leads to an accident obviously protects lives and prevents costly injuries. Next is increased fairness. Objective assessments of impairment in the moment reduce biases and ensure that employees are evaluated based on performance, not the assumptions of a human. Next is regulatory compliance. Modern impairment detection technology aligns with evolving legal standards, which reduces the risk of litigation. And last is cost savings. By averting these accidents, impairment detection technology can really help businesses avoid the direct and indirect costs of workplace incidents. For example, companies implementing advanced safety measures have reported up to a 30% reduction in workplace injuries, which of course translates to millions of annual savings. As the workplace evolves, so must our approach to safety. Gaze's impairment detection technology leverages cutting-edge ocular analysis to provide real-time insights into employees' fitness for duty. By integrating Gaze, employers can leverage the latest science and technology to ensure accuracy and reliability in identifying current drug impairment. Workplace accidents are not inevitable. They are preventable with the right tools, the right policies, and a commitment to a rigorous safety culture. As the cost of inaction continues to rise, businesses cannot afford to overlook the transformative impact of impairment detection technology. By investing in these solutions, companies can protect their employees, safeguard their budgets, and lead the way in creating a culture of safety. Thanks so much for your time and attention today.